Say hit 3 people and kept going. Plus, a thief steal from a local veteran. The search for a bicycle that was helping him to heal. But first, let's check in with Daisy Caballero for a quick look at the forecast. Hey, Daisy.
Hey, good morning, Deidre. Happy Saturday, everyone. Taking you straight out to the beautiful Oregon coast, Astoria, where it is currently raining a little bit. We can actually see some of those rain droplets on the camera live right now. And this is a look at the satellite and radar. So those spotty showers that we were talking about this morning a little earlier are officially here. And of course, we'll be moving a little bit closer up and down the I-5 corridor. How much, though? We'll have to kind of wait and see, but we're not expecting for it to be kind of a downpour for us today. We're dealing with some cloudy conditions, 50 degrees also here in the Rose City. Those winds coming out from the east-southeast at right about 5 miles an hour. The rest of your current temperatures this morning near 50 as we're looking at West Lynn, Sherwood, those mid-40s for Forest Grove and also for Hillsborough. Looking at the rest of our map here, most of us are still in the mid to upper 40s. And for today, this is what your day is going to be looking like. Portland, 56 degrees by right about noon with some light showers, 61 by 5 o'clock to partly sunny skies. And take a look at the sunrise and the sunset. We are 2 minutes shy of seeing 15 hours of straight daylight time. But we have a lot more to talk about, including when the rain will return and when the sunshine will return as well.
Thanks so much, Daisy. Well, this morning, a 39-year-old man faces murder charges in the death of several Portland women last year. Jesse Calhoun had been linked to the cases before, but now he's been charged. Investigative reporter Kyle Boshi has the latest.
Timing was critical. The indictment comes just weeks before Calhoun was scheduled to be released from prison, where he's serving time on unrelated charges. Jesse Calhoun, the man reportedly linked to several women who went missing and turned up dead across the Portland area last year, has been indicted. Calhoun is charged with murder and abuse of a corpse in 3 of the killings, and police say they're still investigating.
Just know that we're not done.
The bodies of Charity Perry, Bridget Webster, and Joanna Speaks were all found in wooded or secluded areas around Portland between February and May of last year. Police and prosecutors wouldn't say how they linked Calhoun to the string of crimes or how he knew the women. Charity Perry's mother, Diana Allen, credits detectives.
Even though they wouldn't give me the answers, I knew they had answers because they wouldn't give them to me.
Prosecutors emphasize they continue to investigate the deaths of 2 other women who may also be linked to Calhoun.
We are still very much investigating the deaths of Kristen Smith and Ashley Riel.
Kristen Smith's mother, Melissa, remains hopeful and patient.
We just keep going. We keep waiting, we keep praying, and stay hopeful.
The indictment comes just weeks before Calhoun was scheduled to be released from prison on charges unrelated to the women's deaths. The news also comes just days before an election involving the Multnomah County DA.
The election had nothing to do with why we chose to do it at the time we did or the speed at which the investigation went forward.
Last year, Calhoun claimed he'd been wrongly accused. Quote, "I'm no killer," Calhoun wrote in a series of messages to KGW. Calhoun is expected to be transported from Snake River Correctional Institution in eastern Oregon to Multnomah County to be arraigned. So far, no date has been set. Kyle Boshi, KGW News.
Stay with KGW for continuing coverage. We have more about this case online, including a story about the 3 victims and the full news conference with some of the mothers. Just go to kgw.com. Portland police has released video of 3 people injured during a street racing event in the Lloyd district. They're hoping you can help track down the driver. A warning, the video will show people getting hit, but everyone did survive. This happened back on April 14th near the Moda Center around 3 in the morning. Hundreds of people and dozens of cars gathered for the street racing takeover. You can see a driver sliding into a blocked intersection and hitting someone. The driver kept going as people rushed to help the injured person. Then the driver hit 2 more people. The car is a mid-1990s black Ford Mustang with a yellow front end. It has a low spoiler and custom chrome wheels. The car may be damaged in the back. If you recognize the car or know anything, call police. A Marine Corps veteran needs help after his custom mountain bike was stolen. It happened while he was getting treatment for PTSD. As Catherine Cook shows us, the bike was a key part of his recovery.
There was a lock here, and that was broken.
This is the spot where Vancouver police say someone stole a big piece of Javier Romo.
Disbelief and disappointment.
A custom-made titanium frame mountain bike. Javier built it himself.
I put everything into that bike because it was my baby.
To understand why, you need to know where we are. The VA Recovery Center in Vancouver. Javier is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. He served at the onset of the Iraq War.
I was on the berm as the Scud attacks were coming in.
When he left the Marines after 9 years of service, Javier says the person he was before combat was gone.
I was struggling quite a bit with post-traumatic stress, and then later with substance abuse, including alcohol abuse.
A big part of Javier's therapy came from the outdoors, physical activity in nature, especially mountain biking.
The mountain bike immediately took me out of this thing and gave me moments where I was present and where I didn't have to suffer being in here. So that's why that bike means so much to me, and that's why so much went into that build.
Javier lives in Bend now. When he came to Vancouver back in March, it was for a 2-month treatment program. He brought his bike because he trusted it would be safe here.
There was a period where I would have been angry, but I think it was disappointing more because I would have been happier to donate that bike. I would have been happy to donate it so that the person that's riding it can know what that bike meant and what that bike brought to me. And in my hopes that it would bring the same to someone else, but it's not going to do that now.
Javier hopes people who know bikes will recognize the red Chris King components on his, or the Fox 36 fork, or the titanium frame and wheels. He also started a GoFundMe. He says he'd be grateful for donations, either to help him afford a new bike or parts to rebuild one.
If I could get some shop time somewhere and some tubes and build another frame and get into similar components that bike had, I would love that.
In the meantime, Javier remains focused on rebuilding his life.
If you have any information on the stolen bike, call police. We also posted a link to the GoFundMe page on KGW.com.